welcome our speaker, who is the Marketing Strategy and Planning Manager at Locus-T. Please welcome Chee. Hi, Eric.
Hi,
Hello.
Laurie. Hi.
Looking very smart today.
Yep. Still working at it. Yep.
All right, wonderful. We are so happy to have you here with us at the Sme Digital Summit. I'm sure everyone is dying to know what you have to say. So why don't you go ahead and set up your screen? I'll be here to make sure everything runs smoothly.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, everyone can see everything. You're good to go. Eric, you've got 40 minutes in total, 30 minutes for your presentation, and the last 10 for your Q&A. And if you need me, just buzz me. I'll be right here.
All right. Thank you, Laurie.
No problem.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Right. So this is Eric from Locus-T. We are a digital marketing agency. So basically today I would like to talk about the topic digital marketing journey. So understand that like throughout the whole pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, everyone is panicked because this is the first time in most of people's lifetime that we facing this issue. And digital marketing is one of the most effective way to help the businesses during this season, right? So today I will talk about sharing about some tips and let every one of you know about what is the right way or the right expectation to do during your entire digital marketing journey, right? So let's go next. So before I start, so to have some little introduction about myself, right? So I'm Chee from Locus-T, been in 7 years in the industry, digital marketing industry since 2013, right? So what I'm doing basically is helping businesses to plan their digital marketing, right? Understand their business and strategize what they should do next. And even after the campaign kickstart, actually helping them to optimize their campaign by understand their actual sales funnel and so on, right? Okay, so let's allow me to do some introduction about the company, right? So Locus-T is the digital marketing agency founded since 1999, right? So we have been in the industry for the past 21 years. So this is a growth of us. So basically in the industry itself, our average age of our employees ranging at the average age of 28, right? Is very young and energetic team. Right. So throughout the 21 years, right, what our company actually focusing on is we start with a web development company. Imagine 21 years ago, businesses who don't even value or need to know why they need to have a website. At that point of time, we are already starting web development business. And this recent 10 years, we have been focusing on digital marketing, which starting from search engine optimization, SEO, or Google ads, and followed by Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and also Alibaba.com for B2B market, right? Then followed by these few years, we started to understand that the digital marketing market have been starting matured, and the consumer itself is actually expecting more and more, and the marketing is not as easy as last time right now. So at this moment, we start to partner with a lot of different capable channel partner like videography, photography, social media management, and so on, right? Throughout the 21 years, Locus-T served more than 6,000 different clients, right? So 70% of them is SME and 30% of them is corporate, right? So we work with variety of clients from different industry down to a plumber, a battery car dealer, and up to property developer, right? Education chain, and so on, right? So at the same time, we are proud partner of the best digital company like Google. We are premier Google partner in Malaysia, and we also partnering with Facebook to grow the market together. And we also the authorized channel partner for Alibaba.com, a B2B platform in Malaysia, right? So among different services that we are actually providing. So what Locus-T actually call at is starting from the search engine marketing, where is our core of the solution, right? Is later on I will be explaining the how it would benefit SME. Okay, so as you all can look here today, one of the main topic on the whole digital marketing journey would be talking about the IDA model, right? So the IDA model, as you all can see here, it represents awareness or in attention, interest, desired, and action. So usually this can be applied on all marketing channel and of course include in digital marketing. Today I will be focusing on telling you all what is the suitable channel or what is the suitable media that we can plug in this IDA model. Okay, so first, as you all can see here, the IDA model, it comes into attention, interest, desired, and action itself, right? So this is the key funnel that where when how the consumer purchasing process like, right? So this is typically like if you understand your business well and what you actually want to do on each of the process here. So let's go into the first one. So in this IDA model, I separate it to 3 categories: attention and interest AI, and interest and desired, and last but not least, the action. Okay, so first we go to the attention and interest itself. So on this part, we have Facebook and Instagram, of course, Google Display Network, YouTube ads, search engine optimization, and Google search ads. Right. So what does that mean? So which means if your business direction is focusing on attention and interest, this is what the core business objective that you want to run the digital campaign, right? So this field of the media will be the one that is suitable to that you can be implement to, right? Then on the second, we have interest and desired. Then on this part, you all will also see that there will be Facebook and Instagram, Google Display Network, and also same search engine optimization SEO, Google search ads, and we have addition thing like Google shopping ads and Google Universal App Campaign, right? So you all might be wondering, right, when looking on here, how come like Facebook, Instagram, they appear on both attention, interest, and desired, of course. So what does this mean actually? If your key focus on Facebook is you are actually already have a certain product and doing well on your sales, but your key problem solving here is you want to help your sales team to have a better advantage compared to your competitor and so on. And here is where we will choose different objective directly. So later I will show some scenario to all of you to have a better understanding. And last but not least, we have the action itself. So on the action here, we have quite a number of action that can be done on digital side. Form inquiry from website or landing page, and there is WhatsApp that people can click and directly talk with you, and of course Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, and live chat function on your website, phone call that people click on it on mobile directly can call you, and direct email, e-commerce purchase, e-marketplace purchase, or schedule for appointment if you are a service industry, or people saw you online and they walk into your retail outlet, right? So basically on this few category is better understanding for you all to understand at what stage, where is something that you should do. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, scenario 1. So example, for the business direction, that will be a B2B and B2C, and your business size will be on micro SME. So your annual sales turnover below 300K. And for if you are in small in SME, this category, annual sales turnover 300K to 3 million. And if you are manufacturing, your turnover is from 300K and 15 million. And for the business situation here will be the hungry for sales, and your sales team got insufficient pipeline, right? So this is the situation that I'm talking about. And the sales requirement is you need to have a fast closing sales cycle, right? So the fast closing sales cycle refer to not more than 3 months, right? So this applicable for both B2B and B2C, and looking for quality sales lead. So let's go next. Okay, so with this type of scenario, probably your monthly marketing budget can be start with 2,000 a month. Then at the IDA stage, right, we are talking about interest and desired, right? Interest and desired. And the suggested solution will be Google Ads and search engine optimization. So with this, right, what the main criteria here is search demand from market and search engine. You need to have a search engine friendly website if you are looking to have search engine optimization. Okay, so why do I show this scenario is at when this pandemic happened, everyone is panic and a lot of businesses have not been doing digital marketing previously, and everyone just based on whichever they understand and come into the market, right? But this is based on my 7 years experience in the industry itself. If a business itself, they are very new to the digital marketing, what they should actually do, right? So I would say this can be relevant for most of the SME is in the market who does not have any digital marketing experience before. And I will strongly suggest to start with Google search, right? Why do I say so? So by looking at the IDA stage here, interest and desired. So let's go back to the IDA model you all can see over here. At the top, at the whole funnel itself, you all can look at the whole funnel itself. The highest attention, which means the more the people is. But when you go through the whole purchasing process, right, the people that going to convert to become your customer will become lesser and lesser, right? So what most SME facing is we do not have a lot of marketing budget in hand, or we don't even have a proper marketing budget that we've been set. We spend on demand, or we spend when we really need it, right? At this situation, you are not a large company that have over million ringgit Malaysia marketing budget. What you should do, or what you can actually, the growth hack is starting to target from the interest and desired stage directly, right? So why do I say so? So when this is the scenario that you do not try before, but you only got a very small budget and you hope to maximize the value after, or maximize the return on investment after you spend on the advertising itself. So this is where Google search or search engine optimization come from, right? So Google search and search engine optimization is target on the consumer or the customer intention. When the consumer or customer have intention to look for something, basically you don't have to do lots of awareness to tell them why they need this service, because they come with intention and they come to search for your service or products, right? So this is where the best way that businesses can come in to cut short the entire process in the whole AIDA and go directly to increase the chances where you can close the sales faster, right? So that's why. But there is a criteria that is also depend on which industry you are coming from. So I believe a lot of people, when they first get in touch with digital marketing, they will think that, okay, Facebook might be the best way, best place that I could go on board on. But in based on my experience, or based on my entire experience, right, Google shall be the one of the key fundamental that most business can be applied, right, to start with, because you cut it short on the entire process. But the only criteria is there, the product or services that you offer should already come with search demand from the market itself, right? So with this search demand, right, what we can do here on Google Ads basically is Google provide tools called Keyword Planner, Google Keyword Planner. So from there, basically we can search whichever keywords that are relevant to your businesses. So from there, you can know where the location coming from, right? Either you want to target on KL, Selangor, or you want to target for entire Malaysia itself. From there, it will show you a lot of different data that what people are searching from. Then from there, we will know how much budget that we actually should spend on, and so on, right? So this is where on the scenario that if your company fit a few criteria that I mentioned just now, the business situation is you are hungry for sales and your sales team got insufficient pipeline, which means you are paying salary, but they are underperformed, that they do not have any sales lead to follow up, or due to MCO, they could not do cold call because less people work in office and so on, right? And faster closing, right? So this is the scenario that, and the marketing budget can always start from something like minimum like 2,000, right? By talking about this, it actually applicable both for you DIY or your engage agency itself, right? Okay, next scenario. We're talking about the scenario 2. So this on the business direction is also B2B and B2C, right? But the key difference here is the business size of this is slightly higher. So you can see here for small, for service and other sector, the annual sales turnover starting from 1 million to 3 million. If you are manufacturer, so 1 million to 50 million, or even we talking about medium size of company, which sales turnover starting from 3 million and above. So if your business happened that in this category, I believe the whole entire business situation will be slightly different from the scenario 1 I mentioned just now, right? So in this business situation is your sales team actually got sufficient pipeline to support, but in your organization or in the company, right, what you key want to improve is actually improve the efficiency of your sales team or efficiency of your entire company. So from here, it's talking about closing rate. You want to have a better closing rate with the same group of people. So from here, you are also looking for consistent and high growth for your company, right? Or your industry is selling high ticket product or services. High ticket product or services, which means the value of the product or services itself is slightly higher than average. Like let's say you're talking about you are selling a property or you are selling a luxury product, right? So does that mean that the whichever way that on scenario 1 still work, it might not be work very well. So in this scenario, the entire business, the digital marketing planning should be different, right? So on the sales requirement here is very different from just now. For this one, sales requirement is not talking about high closing or faster closing. We are talking about we want to improve your entire online presence for your product or services, or you want to increase brand awareness, right? So for this one, the IDA stage is on attention and interest, right? So with this, of course, the monthly marketing budget would be slightly higher compared to the scenario 1 just now. Why? Because if you all look at the IDA model itself, you see the entire funnel. If we are going to spend on the attention on interest, right? So of course, the people that you're going to reach will be more definitely compared to where we're targeting on the I and D, interest and desire there, right? You are going big to the market from Facebook, Google Display, and so on. So on this part, the suggested solution will be on almost everything: Facebook, Instagram, then search engine optimization, and we have Google Display Network, GDN, or YouTube video ads from so on. But on this part, if your company has this stage, right? So what is the key criteria that need to work effectively will be it required your in business team itself, you have a marketing personnel that going to work together with agency, or you're going to DIY, you need to have a dedicated person to plan, to measure, and to see how to work together with the sales team to do this stage, right? Okay, so by looking at these two scenarios, right, what end of the day, that what I actually want to bring out the issue is most of the businesses, when they spend on digital marketing, they do not know what they actually want. But at end of the day, everyone want confirm sales, or they want to increase their sales. But depend on different industry, right? It actually need to plan different way, but not using the same strategy for all the different industry. So from here, if your industry is something that, or your businesses is something that very stable in the market, and you actually looking forward to get more market share and so on, so where you actually need to spend on, or starting first, is always maximize the place where on I&D, especially we talking about Google search. Google search is low hanging fruit, where people already looking for certain services or products. So first, maximize the digital marketing channel on I&D. And when you really maximize on this part, and you're looking for different things like to get people to know about your brand and so on, then you start to invest to A&I, right? Or at that marketing budget that you have a well-planned marketing budget, then of course you can start from top to bottom itself. But for SME, I will always suggest I&D and go backward to A&I. which means from here, gain more revenue from here and try to maximize here and go back to A and I. But if you are a corporate with a structure, budget, and so on, start from A to D, plan it well, right? And of course, the A later, I will show some example. What does it look like? Okay, so let's go one by one on different solution. So on Facebook and Instagram just now, as you all can see, it show attention, interest, and desired, right? So from here, different stage of IDA model, there will be a different objective that you need to focus on. So if your objective here is attention and interest, right? So what you should focus on is always talking about brand awareness. If you are talking about how you can reaching more people to show what your product is, what your service is, and we're looking about improve your website traffic, or you just want to have more engagement on Facebook with your potential customer or your existing customer, or you're having a video on both platforms, social media platform, and you can increase the video views, right? So if you're A and I, this shall be the main objective that to be focused on. But does that mean when I focus on A and I, it wouldn't bring you any action, right? So this is not true. But of course, when we talking about your objective in A and I, which means whatever optimization way that at the back end we are focusing on is focusing on all this. But if you happen to reach the person that already desired for something and they saw your ads, of course, this will be convert. But the entire objective shall not be focused on the conversion if your objective is to achieve attention and interest, right? So for the interest and desired objective, so if this, we are purely looking on performance, right? So let's say for a few industry that always looking for leads will be education industry or property developer industry, right? They are looking for because of the overall closing rate or their high ticket product or services, right? They need to have a big amount of leads in order to hit their end target, right? So at this stage, most of them will focusing on lead generation, which means when you all see some advertisement on your mobile, right? When you click on it, it will show a form directly to already auto-fill most of your information. So that's what we call leads generation. And of course, if you are B2B businesses and you want to have more engagement with your potential customer, so usually message with one of the very effective way, because people hope to talk directly with businesses itself to ask more questions, but not fill up a form and wait for a long time, right? So different type of business will have different type of action that you should focus on. So, or you are B2B, right? So basically you want people to fully understand your product before they inquire or so on, right? You want to educate them before they make inquiry. Then you do a website conversion, which lead people to your website, go through all your information, and they fill up the form or inquiry on your website itself. And last, if you are a mobile app company or your company now just build a mobile app, but no people know that, right? So what's the objective here is increase the mobile app installation, which means it will target on mobile only. Whenever either they are on Android or they are on using iOS, right? They will see your advertisement on there and lead people to download apps directly. So this is what we're talking about, different objective, and your whichever thing or objective that you're doing will be slightly different. Next, we go to Google Display, right? Google Display Network, we also call it as GDN. So on Google Display Network, it also happen in all funnel, right? Attention, interest, and desired, right? So on this, if your key objective here is to get attention and interest, what your objective is optimized based on brand awareness, and what you can do is focusing on impression, focusing on clicks, or even focusing on click-through rate to see do people actually respond to your ads when you show it in front of them, not, or target on, you don't want to target purely based on impression, clicks, or click-through rate only. You target based on the duration that they stay in your website. After people clicking in on the banner, you also see on the left hand side here, right? Here we have some ads from here and some ads from TikTok, some ads from Mercedes-Benz, right? So focusing on how much time that people stay on your website, because your objective is just to get people to remember you or to go through what you're actually offering, right? So next, if your objective is on interest and desire, and you actually hope to get people to give you some information or to target on people that who actually can convert to become a customer faster, right? So the objective shall be focusing on clicks and optimize based on major conversion, such as fill up inquiry form, which you got most of their information like their name, their email address, or their mobile number, which your sales team can contact them. Or you are running a e-commerce store and so on, you want to get more people on board or to get them to fill up. Let's say, for example, if you are e-commerce, you want to attract new users to coming in, right? So get them to subscribe your newsletter, and they will get maybe free shipping for the first time user or free 10 ringgit voucher and so on, and lead people to purchase, right? So there is also minor conversion that we're talking about. If people click on WhatsApp, or people click a call button after they coming into your landing page or coming into your website, right? So this shall be on the interest and desired section. Okay, so then we go into YouTube ads. So on YouTube ads so far, we put it on the funnel section where attention and interest, right? So on YouTube ads, there is multiple type of ads, but I believe one of the ads that everyone would see is the true view in stream ads, right? Where when you watch a video, then the ads will popping up, right? Then sometimes you have to wait 5 seconds, then you only can skip, or some of the ads you don't even have a chance to skip it, right? So for this is, I would say majority of YouTube ads would be focusing on attention and interest to make sure people understand. So I believe during MCO or during Chinese New Year or during any festive season, right? You all might be seeing that, hey, how come when I go to YouTube, every time I see the same thing? Because their key objective here is just to let you to attention about what's their company offering, or what is their corporate culture that they want to deliver to the market to change people perception and so on. So the only thing here is they focusing on these two and make sure you remember them after this certain period, right? So but does that mean YouTube couldn't help you to generate any leads? The answer is yes, but just that the conversion rate will be much more lower, which if you use that as your measurement, you'll be very disappointed, right? So if you are looking at attention and interest, of course, you will see a very good kind of data to analyze how people perceive you or what people react to your advertisement after that, right? So on here, we can optimize based on either view through rate, which means how many times your ads appear and do people watch through or not, right? Or we identify that how many duration that people watch on your ads. So on YouTube system itself, it can track people, you watch the advertisement only 25%, or you watch up to 50%, or you watch more than 75%, right? So there's other different ads that will be showing up, but most of the ads that will be spending on TrueView in stream ads, right? Okay, so we go into the next. So attention for this one is search engine optimization, right? So in search engine optimization, it also appear on entire funnel, right? So back to just relate to yourself. Whenever you want to know something, what you will do other than asking your friend, right? So Google as one of your secret friend that you will always ask them, or type whichever weird question that you want to know, and Google would give you a lot of reference or answer that you want over there. So let's go into attention and interest first. So let's say today you saw a billboard and it trigger you to search for something, right? So that's in the IDA model, right? That is at the billboard is attention and interest already, and it cause people come to search for you on Google. So that will be interest and desired. But some sort of time you have something in your mind, suddenly you are thinking something in your mind, and suddenly you want to know, is that really happened or not? You come to search on Google, and then is where we attention and is something that appear on the top of the funnel itself, which you also you just want to explore and find out what is it, right? So that is top of funnel. So in entire stage, right, does attention not important? Not really, because when people have an intention to know for something, there must be a reason. And entire stage is just that you are on the beginning of the whole IDA model, or you are on the middle, or you are near to the end of the stage. Is depend on what the search query that they actually search in Google. Let me give you an example. So let's say today, if you know iPhone actually just launched their latest model, right? So you go to their website, they just will type, okay, Apple iPhone, right? Then they basically will go into a website to understand what is it. But does that mean they will buy? Not. They just want to know what is happening, right? But when happened that they already saw a lot of ads on Facebook, on YouTube, and so on, and it cost you them to come back again to search, right? At that point of time, people will search for price and so on, which means they're already interested and they want to go for next step, right? Okay, so next we have Google search ads. Is also happen on attention, interest, and desired, but it's just that when this stage, if people want to do for attention, usually I would say company with limited budget would not go for the option that to spend too much on attention. They would rarely spend their money on search engine optimization, SEO, I mentioned just now, to reduce the budgeting costs, right? Okay, so if this one you own an e-commerce store, right, or you have e-commerce store and you hope to get more sales from search engine, but not through the normal Google search ads, then Google Shopping ads might be something that will have higher chances for people to click into your to your website and purchase, right? And last but not least, if you own a mobile apps and you're looking to optimize it to get more install from here, right, then Google Universal App Campaign is something that help you to optimize based on cost per install. Let's say example, I only willing to spend a 5 ringgit to acquire per install. Then the system itself will able to assist you to hit the target based on something that you're offering. Okay, and last action, let's go fast. I think I have very limited time. On the action itself, it always depend on different platform that you are having it. In Facebook and Instagram, there is lead generation, message, and WhatsApp. On landing page is inquiry form that you all see over here on the top, and form, appointment form, right? Or WhatsApp, messenger, phone call, and foot traffic that lead people to your retail shop. And for website is pretty similar, but for website, of course, there is something called shopping cart, e-commerce store on website. So when you plan the entire IDA model, action is one of something that if you're already doing or spend on marketing budget on different segment, but you found out that it still didn't convert well. So the one of the factor that would affect the conversion would definitely on the action itself. Might be that you have a very convincing ad copy on so on Facebook, on Google, but when it comes to your website itself, people just don't convert because they didn't see what they actually expected, right? So this is one of the things that we should focusing on in landing page, in website, how you should show your button, like WhatsApp button, messenger button, phone call. So it depends on industry behavior, and we need to design something to fit it. Okay, so entirely when you run a digital marketing campaign, right? So what very important is at very beginning stage, which is the strategic planning, right? So if you work with a agency like us, basically we provide a consultation that talk with you to understand your business model, to understand your unique selling point, and from there understand what is your objective, and we will suggest what is the right media to go in. And of course, campaign setup is one of the very important point, because without a proper campaign setup or just rushing for campaign setup, you might be not running well because of the targeting. After the ads have been launched, then you have to look on the campaign execution management to see is the ads running well, and end of the day, do a monthly review with agency, or if you're running yourself, do a monthly review by yourself yourself, looking on all the metrics, is it hit the KPI that you set earlier, right? So this is the entire approach that we will do. Okay, so before I end the section, would like to let everyone know that currently we are one of the technology solution partner together with MDEC. So this SME Digitalization Grant, so we actually one of the partner here. So businesses can claim 50% or up to 5,000 when you spend with us, right? Okay, so what is the criteria that for this grant? So first, the company itself have to be 60% Malaysian owned and categorized as SME. So for SME, you all can refer to the left-hand side over here to see which category are you in. As long as you are in this category and you fit the criteria on the right-hand side, then you will be entitled for this SME Digitalization Grant, right? So the one of the very basic criteria is your business have to be operate at least 1 year and above with minimum annual sales turnover of 100,000, which equivalent to 8,000 per month, right? So if your business more than 1 year, right, so your annual sales turnover have to be minimum 50,000 for preceding 2 consecutive year, right? So what is entitled for this grant, right? So basically on Google Ads, Facebook Ads, search engine optimization, web development, and e-commerce web development will be entitled for this grant, right? So if you all want to know more on this, right, feel free to visit our website or schedule for a one-to-one consultation with us by scanning the QR code over here, or you all can write into our hotline or our email, or even you can just go to our website and talk with us via live chat or even Facebook Messenger. We have multiple different channels that we can talk with you, right? Okay, so Lauren, I think I'm done.
Okay, and I'm back. Wonderful job there, Eric.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, so we have a question here.
Yep.
Let me see. Give me 1 second. My questions have been running up and down recently. Yep. Okay. Just 2 more seconds. Okay, there we go. Yep. So this one is anonymous, but this person would like to know, hi, Eric. How did you come up with the name Locus-T? Because to this person's impression, it sounds like the insect locust.
I think this question is something that I asked the founder a few times before. I think when they think of this time, they doesn't know the what's the meaning behind. They just think that Locus-T is some name that cool in their mind, and they said it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you have your answer. Now, this next one is from Daniel. Daniel would like to know, may I know roughly how much to engage digital marketing agencies to manage our business pages? Okay.
Is it referring to Google Ads or Facebook pages, or?
Perhaps you could do both, one for Google and one for Facebook Ads.
Okay, all right. So for I just based on the entire landscape for digital marketing agency, how we charge for ads, right? So let's say, for example, for Google Ads or Facebook Ads, we usually charge based on management fee. Most of the agency charge based on management fee model, which example, if you spend 3,000 on your media budget on either Facebook or Google, we charge a 30% on top of the budget, which means our management fee will be 900. Yeah, it works something like this. So which means you don't have to hire a full-time staff to for full-time staff you need at least 3,000 and above. But if your spending probably is only ranging from 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, or even 1,000 for small SME, right? Probably you don't have to hire a staff because outsource is always more cost efficient than you having a full-time staff. Yeah, this is how we charge.
Okay, thank you for the question, Daniel. Keep those questions coming. Now, this one is from Vinny Wong. Now, Vinny would like to know, right now our company is listed, but the digital team is rather new. We have just slowly implemented our e-store marketplaces. Should we also start from awareness stage again?
It's a listed company, is it? Right. Yes. So in this case, I believe you all will have your marketing budget already. So in this case, this is the best scenario that if you have budget, of course, it's best to start from awareness to make sure people know, because everyone might know your brand or so on, but then they didn't know that you already start from digital. So especially when you have e-commerce, right? There is various ways that you can build your awareness, the easiest with the lesser work is always coming from search engine optimization, right? So let's say you have more than 50, 100 SKU, right? You can just target based on the behavior first, and you don't have to spend a lot of effort on that because most of the time for SEO agency will do the works. But if you want to build more awareness in terms of display ads, then of course there is something that we need to think more on strategy, creative, and so on, that from Facebook, YouTube, or even Google Display Network. Yeah, so that's the answer. If you have budget, go according to IDA. But if you don't have, then that's too bad. Yeah, you have to go from some growth hack.
All right, cool. Thanks for answering that. So this next question is, hi, Eric, how will you justify the ROI for a digital campaign?
Okay, so for the ROI, right, we have a few sections that we can start with. First thing that everyone need to know, like your product or your services margin first, right? So after you know how much is your margin, right, you can calculate backward from there. So example, you are selling a 500 ringgit product and you know that your margin is around 30%, right? 30% from 500. Then from there, of course, you will not spend your entire margin to spend on digital marketing because you still have to allocate it to other place. So let's say out of the 30% margin, right, I willing to take out 5% as your cost per acquisition or cost per sales. So when you know the cost per sales, right, then we need to know how much is our actual closing rate. Let's say I'm able to bring you 5 leads and your closing rate is 10% or 50%. Then from there, we need to go backward one by one like this to calculate. So usually, especially when you're running a performance campaign, right, it's very recommend you to do all these stage to understand how much you earn, how much you afford to spend. And from there, it's easier to know that if first time never work, then of course you will know, okay, maybe my sales conversion rate is very terrible. I get a lot of leads, but I couldn't close them. Then the problem might have to solve from the sales problem, or the message to the market is incorrect. Yeah.
Okay. So we have one really long question here. I'm not sure if you see this, but this one comes from N to Light. I think that's just a username. But this person says, "Hi Eric, my name is Arif." Yes, okay, no brainer. Hi Arif, I'm a freelance graphic designer. I started marketing to overseas clients earlier last year. Before this, my clients are 100% local. Currently, my clients are 80% local and 20% overseas. I want to ask, is there any technique marketing that is suitable to get more overseas clients because the payment from overseas is in USD? I have done the basic ads from FB and Google, and for overseas clients, do I need to spend more on these ads? Currently, I'm spending about 2,000 for local and overseas clients.
Okay, so for this, I think I assume is an e-commerce store. I assume it's an e-commerce store.
He's a freelance graphic designer, so
they are offering the service, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So for this, I think we have to come from the industry aspect itself to see, based on this industry, what I actually do. What is your advantage that for people not using for local but using overseas, for example. So I think one of a few selling point that platform like Fiverr, all those, they are offering graphic design services, right? But how they win, I think this is more on marketing side to understand your advantage of your service, why people want to use you but not the local. So I think for a platform like Fiverr, one of the key strength is their price is much more affordable compared to using local, right? So after, if this is a new thing that you think when I having this model is very encouraging and able to get attention, right, then that might able to work well on platform like Facebook, because when people see it, they know, oh, I can save so much of money over here. Or if you are targeting on Google Ads, right, then probably if price is your advantage, of course you need to target on people who search for cheap price or whatsoever. This is price sensitive client. Then if you can solve this problem, right, then probably you have a higher conversion rate over here, right? So this is what I see. I would say in their industry, both would able to work well. It's just about how to control the cost over there, the cost per lead or cost per acquisition.
All right, thank you. This is our next question that just came in. This one is from Saintic. Now, Saintic's question is, do you think it's worth it in terms of value for cost and benefit for companies which are company sizes which are less than 5 staff?
Yeah, why not? If for digital marketing, it actually doesn't matter how many staff that you have. It's more to what is the capable of your company that can you all handle more sales or not. If you all can handle more sales, right, it actually doesn't matter how many staff do you have. It's more on can you accept the sales or not. So let's say if you're going small, right, so I would suggest just start from Google search, right. Probably you will start from area targeting, radius targeting. You serve the people that around you first. Let's say 20 km to 30 km from your business entity. Then starting from there, if it work well, give you positive ROI, then start to grow it and make sure you can cook for the business.
Okay. Now, our next question is, how about the e-claims? Is this ad support?
Pardon?
How about the e-claims? Is this ad support?
E-claim. You mean for the SME? I don't quite understand this question.
Could it be possibly about the grant by any chance?
Then you have to see is the company that are they a technology solution partner. I think you all can go to the MDEC website and they have a very long list of which company is actually the technology solution partner. Yeah.
Okay, so perhaps Shafaras, you sent in this question. If you'd like to elaborate a little bit more about this, that'd be great. So Eric can help you out because it's a little bit foggy right now. We're not too sure what you're trying to focus on. Let us know, and if we have time, we'll get back to you. Let's do another 2 more questions or 3 more questions. Let's see. This one is from Shamini. Hi, Eric. We had to do many campaigns for brand awareness, specific targeting markets, and to get more subscribers. What is suggested to start for beginners?
More subscriber. If you're talking about more subscriber, right, then I think it's more about your content direction should be how you can give value to people, right? So let's say if you keep sharing the content that is selling, right? So why do people want to? Because people have no intention they want to buy your product. So if that is the case, you just want to have more subscriber, right? Then the content strategy should be focusing on you are telling people that, or you are educating people some information from industry that they might not know, right? So that would be a creative content that come from that angle.
Okay, I think we can do one more. Now, this one, there are actually 2 similar questions, so they ask pretty much the same thing. I'm not sure if it's from the same person or not, but here goes. Hi, Eric. My sales are around 300K per annum. What is the best budget for my digital advertisement?
All right. Let's say 300,000 per annum, right? Okay. So if 3,000, which means your annual sales turnover is around 25,000, right? So I think for the entire marketing budget, usually people will plan from 5% to 20% is the best scenario, right? So I think you all can base on this range. Of course, I would say based on my experience, very little people really spend the entire 20% on digital marketing itself because marketing is very huge. So most of them, they have to split a lot more. So I would say you can take 5% to 20% this range to do. But if when you setting up the budget itself, if the digital marketing campaign able to give you a consistent ROI, right, then actually you don't have to worry on how much you should spend, but it based on how much you should spend and make sure the ROI can continue, let you keep spending. Yeah.
All right, I think that's very, very good advice. Eric, we're gonna have to wrap things up right now. Unfortunately, we are running out of time, but we still do have some questions in the Q&A box. So if you could answer that at your own time once our session ends, that will be absolutely wonderful. But thank you so much for joining us here today. I think your presentation certainly has, impacted many people and has made a difference in all our lives today. So thank you for all of us here at MDEC. We hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
All right, bye, Eric.
Bye.
See you.